Now we are going to discuss about digital components. In the unit 1, we are having two parts. One is digital logic circuits and second one is digital components. So the topic which we are going to discuss comes under generations of computers. In the first generation we are having vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes are very large in size. Vacuum tube is a device which consists of three terminals. One is anode, cathode, and grid. In the first generation, we are having vacuum tubes, and these vacuum tubes are replaced with transistors in the second generation. Again, in the transistors, we are having three terminals. One is emitter, base, and collector. And in the third generation, we are having ICs. The usage of the transistors increased. More number of transistors have been used. Integrated circuit is a small silicon semiconductor crystal called a chip, containing the electronic components for the digital gates. Here we will see semiconductor. I hope all of you know types of materials. We are having conductors, insulators, and semiconductors. The characteristics of semiconductors is at 0 volts, semiconductor will act like an insulator. When we give 5 volts or 12 volts, it will act like a semiconductor. So that is why it is known as semiconductor. And all the semiconductor devices are made up of silicon material, which is very low cost and which is available in large quantity, easily available. ICs are the tiny electronics circuit used to perform several operations like amplifier, timer, counter, oscillator, microcontroller, or a computer memory. Amplifier is an electronic device which is used to increase the strength of the signal. Suppose the input voltage is less. When we give that signal to the amplifier, the strength of the signal will increase. This entire operation is known as amplification. ICs is formed as a single unit by diffusing the impurities into a single crystal silicon, which then serves as a semiconductor material. So these are different types of ICs. Active and passive components. ICs we can categorize into active and passive components. Active components are like transistors, diodes. Now we will see what is meant by an active components. Suppose if you consider the active components who delivers or produce energy or power in the form of voltage or current. So here you have to remember, from the device it will produce, deliver power in the form of voltage or current. It is having capability to produce. Now come to the passive components, resistors, capacitors. These devices, passive components, utilizes or store or take the voltage or current. If you take the capacitors, the functioning of capacitor it is to store the voltage or current. Resistors, it will oppose the flow of current. So it will take, passive devices will take and active devices will give. So this is very important point when we are discussing about the ICs. The first IC idea had came to Jack Kilby, the scientist at the Texas Instruments in the year 1958. Texas Instruments are the world famous semiconductor ICs manufacturers. Different types of different range of ICs they will manufacture, and they are one of the top leading IC manufacturers. How they are classified? In the early days, only few transistors were placed on the IC. See, if you see our normal processor, or if you consider the normal processor, the usage of the transistors in the particular processors is increasing. When the number of transistors used on the processor in the processor is increasing, the speed of the processors will increase. We are having core 2 dual core, like that. We are having so many processors were there. But as the time flew and the technology got advanced, now we can put about millions or even billions of components on a small tiny single chip. Thus, depending upon the number of components, these ICs are classified as SSI, small scale integration. Up to 100 components can be placed on SSI. Medium scale integration, MSI, 100 to 3000 components can be used. Large scale integration, LSI, 3000 to 10,000 components will be used. Large scale integration, very large scale integration, VLSI, 10,000 to 100,000 components will be used. Ultra large scale integration, ULSI, more than 1 million transistors or the electronic devices will be used. Types of integrated circuit, there are different types of integrated circuit based on various criteria. So here ICs are having digital integrated circuits, analog integrated circuits, mixed integrated circuits, DIC, AIC, MIC. Now we will see in detail about these three. The first one is DIC, digital integrated circuits. The very name implies digital integrated. So it will accept the binary values 0 and 1. These binary values are also known as discrete signals. So in between 0 and 1, we don't have any other number. So only 0, 1. These circuits use digital logic gates, multiplexers, flip-flops. We know about the digital logic gates and flip-flops. These circuits are easier to design and economical. When the device is small, the speed will be high and it will take only less power. As the device is small, the cost will also less compared with the board level integration. And some examples of digital integrated circuits are microprocessors, digital signal processors, microcontrollers. These are very, very important components in the electronics. Next one is analog integrated circuits. And some of the examples of analog integrated circuits are sensors, power management circuits, operational amplifiers. In short form, it is known as op amps, worked by continuous signals. As we recollect what we discussed in the digital integrated circuits, it is having binary, that is 0 or 1, which is discrete in nature, whereas in the analog it is continuous signals. They perform functions like amplification, active filtering, demodulation, and mixing. See, these type of analog integrated circuits, with help of these analog integrated circuits, ICs, we can perform the amplification, filtering. Different types of filterings will be there, demodulation and mixings. So analog integrated circuits handle continuous signals. There are two types. One is linear integrated circuits, linear ICs, and radio frequency integrated circuits, RF ICs. Next one is mixed integrated circuits. Mixed integrated circuits are obtained by combination of analog and digital integrated circuits. In some scenario, in some situations, it may be required for us certain ICs should perform both the analog and digital operations. So in that case, we use or prefer this in mixed integrated circuits. These ICs can also combine analog and digital signals on a single chip to create construction will act like a NAND gate. You just compare with the truth table of NAND gate and you can demonstrate it by yourself. So small families of integrated circuit: diode logic, transistor logic, diode transistor logic, transistor logic, emitter coupled logic, complementary metal oxide semiconductor logic. And these are the topics for now, and in the next we will discuss about the decoders. Thank you for listening. Feel free to ask if you are having any doubts. Happy learning.